now. You have about 3 hours left to get to the polls today if you plan to cast your vote early.
That's right. As of just a few minutes ago, more than 3.8 million people have already cast their vote here in Georgia. And by the way, that is more than 53% of the state's registered voters. And these numbers set the stage for next week's voting finale and ballot tabulation.
Absolutely incredible. Record turnout. 11 Alive's Doug Richards joining us live in Gwinnett County with a look at how voting's going so far where you are, Doug.
Yeah, and it's going swimmingly, really. Gwinnett County was a Republican county a decade ago. It flipped to Democratic, and now its early voting totals are pretty much in line with what they have been statewide so far this election season. We talked with a couple of voters today who said that they were a married couple who had trouble deciding between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris.
We didn't look at the person. We went and we looked at their issues.
Michelle and Shawan Wilson had been among the state's few undecided voters up until they got into their car to participate on this final day of early voting.
As we was coming here.
We just talking right before we got here.
They've been married 4 years. Issues-wise, they approached this election from different perspectives.
Me personally, having men allowed to be inside bathrooms with girls.
That was one of those we definitely going back and forth where I'm different. I believe whoever you want to be, you want to be. And the other one is women's rights, so that's a big one.
When the Wilsons arrived at the early voting site in Lawrenceville, they agreed to disagree. He went for Donald Trump, she for Kamala Harris. So you canceled each other out.
In other words,
yes. But we got here together. As a married couple.
No one should crucify another just because of the way you vote. That's what's wrong with America now. Everyone gets upset because someone doesn't agree with them. That's not what America's about. You should have your own opinion, even if you live together.
That's it.
We've been to a couple of early voting sites in Gwinnett County today. The one here in Norcross has moved along very briskly. Another one in Lawrenceville had some lines that lasted maybe 15 or 20 minutes today. But even that went pretty smoothly, according to the election director. Back to you.
You know, that's one of the benefits of voting early, that you don't have to wait in long lines. Let's talk about Election Day, though, Doug. Are there expected to be some long lines then?
Well, no, short answer. There were only 12 early voting precincts in Gwinnett County over the last 3 weeks. There are 150 precincts, 156 precincts that will be open on Election Day on Tuesday. Do the math, and it's likely there will be very short lines Tuesday.
Well, we are hoping so. And shout out to all of the poll workers out there working very hard. Doug Richards, thank you so much.